If you've been struggling on defense so far in CFB 27, you just clicked on the perfect video. Today, I'm breaking down everything you need to master to start locking down from the 4-3 defensive playbook, including the best blitzes, coverage shells, and custom adjustments to lock down everyone you're going to play against. First, I'll show you everything you need to know in practice mode, and then I'll even hop in a game to prove that the scheme actually works. You're not going to want to miss out on anything I'm breaking down today, so let's jump right into it. The first thing you need to master with this 4-3 defense are actually the best settings to use. Let me show you the best ones to use here with this defense. All right, so first we're going to be talking about the best settings, all right, and so coaching adjustments. Understand that these can be set in the main menu, but you can also do them in-game or in practice mode. If you do them on the main menu, they save every game all year. If you set them in-game or in practice mode, they change from game to game. But what we're going to do here is I'm going to be breaking down zone strategy, all right? You want to make sure that you either have your zone strategy on aggressive or ultra conservative. And those are really the only two ones, because conservative is pretty much useless, and then ultra aggressive is way too aggressive. Ultra conservative is like for like the end of a half. If it's like 4th and long, you don't want to give up a big play, put it on ultra conservative. But aggressive is what you're going to be using, for most of the game, like 80% of the game, because there's no real downside, as I'm about to show you. So I'm going to have my, zone strategy here on aggressive, and it's very important that you use default zone drops with this. If you set your zone drops, that's where you guys drop to, regardless of what you have your zone strategy set to. So when you use default zone drops, and I have default curl flats here in this play, what you're going to notice is they're going to pretty much, as I say, just guard everything. And what I mean by that is we're going to, on the right side, put our tight end on an out route right here. We're going to take this snap, and we're going to notice how this zone is right there to break on that pass and intercept it and probably return it for a touchdown, because he's in a default curl flat, and then I'm telling him to be more aggressive to stop the underneath pass, which is exactly what he's going to do. All right, we watch it again right here. He drops back, and this is what I like about these zones. They're pretty baity, because if we pause it here, it looks like he's just going to drop back and continue dropping back, and then we can just throw this out route. Boom, easy completion. But no, he crashes down on it, and he breaks it up, and then he ends up intercepting it. So that's really what happens if there's a flat route on the field, for example. He's going to crash down and really do a great job of taking that away. But also on the other side, for example, we're going to put Coleman Williams right here on a curl route. And what we're going to notice is there's not going to be any flat over here on the left side. And so what I tell you guys is these zones, they really do a great job of just looking for work, regardless of whether there's a short pass or not. If there's a short pass, they're going to take that away. But if there's not a short pass, they're just going to backpedal and look for something else to guard deeper down the field. So we're going to take the snap right here, and you see how he's bracketing that curl? That is unbelievable. He's actually dropping back to defend whatever's on that side of the field, instead of just mindlessly crashing down when there's no flat on this side. He actually looks for work, finds it, sees this curl, and then he collapses and helps take away this throwing window. Whereas on the other side, this defender, who's in the same zone, by the way, he's still in a default curl flat on aggressive, he actually takes away a flat route on the field. So understand that with, these specific zones, if there is a flat on the field, he will take it away. If they call this route concept, the flat on the right side, he's going to give up the corner route. That's not a question, because he's going to take away the flat. But for example, if there was no flat on this play, he would backpedal and do a better job of guarding the corner, or at least bracketing it to make it a tough throw. So bottom line, the setting that you need to make sure you're using is actually default curl flats, especially when they're on aggressive, because they're going to do a great job of just taking away whatever happens to be on the field, regardless of what you have your zone strategy set to. But that second defensive tip that I want to break down here from this 4-3 defensive playbook is actually the best custom adjustment to use. Macros are completely game-changing on defense, and let me show you the best one I like using here from this 4-3 playbook. Alright, so I'm in the main menu here. I'm going to come down to create and share. I'm going to come down to edit and then click custom adjustments. Alright, so you have, the way these work is you have 10 on offense, 10 on defense, and then you also have your benched adjustments, which are basically once you can't use in that game you're about to play, but you can always just add them back to your set of saved adjustments where they're already built for you and you don't have to just build them again. So this is great if you're using two different schemes and you're alternating between the schemes. You can just move all of these bench adjustments to your saved adjustments. But the one we're going to be talking about here is going to be what I call the double mug overload, because I'm going to be running mid blitz and we're going to be setting up an overload blitz instead of running the regular Sin 6 version. But the way this is set up, you're going to have your coverage shaded over the top. You're going to have your guest play on pass. All right, you are going to, as we continue scrolling, you're going to have your D-line technique shifted to the left. You're going to use the left exit two-man stunt. You're going to press your secondary. And if we keep scrolling, let's see if there's any other ones. You're going to have your curl flats on 5. That's a very important setting. And then if we keep going, let's see, we're going to have our man coverage stack check on combo with our bunch check on point combo to make it easier for us to run man coverage and not fall victim to some of the pick plays that bunch players and stack players like using. And then the last adjustment here that we're going to make if we keep scrolling is we're going to put our left edge in a curl flat. So you could rewind the video, but all these adjustments are in my defensive ebook. More on that later. But it's a lot of adjustments, and you don't want to have to make those at the line of scrimmage. So you want to make sure that you set up this macro so that you can just press LB and then choose that macro at the line of scrimmage, which I'm about to show you exactly how that works in game. All right, so we're here on defense. We're going to come into nickel double mug, all right, and then we are going to call mid blitz 0, and we are going to use the double mug overload macro. So you can, if you know that you're going to be running this before the play, you can just hold down the play call button and then choose your macro. But if you're not, which sometimes you're just going to want to adjust on the fly, you can just press LB or L1 and then choose the macro that you want. It's very important that you name your macros based on what you know they actually do. So for me, I'm going to use double mug overload because that's the macro that I want for this play. So all I'm going to do here is, again, I press LB or L1, then I choose my macro, and now I'm ready to go. My, secondary was pressed. Everything I just told you in that last part, that's what it did. It pressed my defense. It put my edge rusher in a curl flat. I shifted my D-line to the left to move them outside a little bit more. And then I'm using the left exit two-man custom stunt. So now I'm ready to go on defense. You can also, if it wasn't already in the macro, you could shade up, route commit inside for whoever you want to route commit for. But all I have to do is now press my D-pad down as soon as I snap the ball. Boom, press D-pad down. I get onto this edge rusher right here, and you see how fast that pressure is. This is not only going to work against bunch formations, it's going to be great against tight formations and empty formations because you're blitzing them off of the non-bunch side. And so what I mean by that is they have their bunch or their passing strength over here on the right, but we're blitzing them off of the left, and so now we're just able to get this edge rusher to come in free. It also helps when this defender right here has the quick jump ability to allow him to get off the line faster, but you're just going to see how because I run my user into the center, we're able to create this 4-on-3 advantage and get our fastest defensive end to walk in completely untouched, even though they're blocking 5, and we're able to just get walk-in pressure right here. And even if they block their back, the back would be in a one-on-one against this player who came in free, which obviously he would just get rammed through. So that's the custom adjustment you want to make sure you're using here from mid blitz. This is certainly hopefully going to be one that you see me use in game on a 3rd or 4th and long to be able to get instant pressure. But as long as you set up the macro, it's just 2 button presses, and now you have one of the best blitzes with great man coverage behind it. Alright, so if you found this breakdown helpful so far of the 4-3 defensive playbook in college football 27, make sure you go down below, hit that subscribe button. I'm going to be breaking down college football 27 tips and tricks just like this every single day, all year long, and you're not going to want to miss out on any of the content that I have. So what are you thinking? Go down below, hit that subscribe button. But if you're serious about transforming your defense here in CFB 27 from this 4-3 playbook, go to the link down below in the pinned comment to grab it today, and you're going to get access to all 10 custom adjustments, videos, screenshots, write-ups, everything you're going to need to lock down a defense from this 4-3 playbook. I talk about run defense, pass defense, red zone defense. It's really all going to help you out, and you're going to see me running this gameplay, and you're going to be able to run it yourself, again, by going to the link down below in the pinned comment. Highly recommend you check it out, and let's jump right back into the video. Because next I want to break down a simple defensive coverage that anyone could run without even making a whole bunch of adjustments. Not everyone wants to make adjustments, and the honest truth is there's ways to play defense without doing it. Let me show you this simple cover shell here from this 4-3 playbook. Alright, so we're going to put them in a random pass play here, and we are going to call our play. Cover 3 buzz from 4-3 even 6-1. Alright, so what we're going to do right here is we're just going to be ready to switch stick, because like I said, I have them in a random play, and so I don't even know what they're doing, but it really doesn't matter because I'm just going to be ready to switch stick. All you're going to want to do here is just press your left trigger and then put your zone strategy on aggressive, because this is what we talked about earlier in the video. That would be the only adjustment that I would make. Put your zone strategy on aggressive, take the snap, and read their route concept. Right here, they're just in Hail Mary, so no one's open, and we're able to play great defense. Now, you're going to want to switch stick depending on what breaks open on the field and what route concept they have. But it's not to say that you have to switch stick on every play. You kind of just want to make sure that you're reading their route concept, seeing what could be breaking open, and then being ready to switch on to whatever obviously could be, attacking your defense. But you want to first make sure you're having a good user to take away whatever is breaking open first underneath. We take the snap here, they're going to call a fake toss, and this is honestly a pretty good play right here, and so we're able to still do a great job of blocking it down because we switched it. So we look at the replay actually right here, because this is a good example. They called a fake toss, so I'm getting out here immediately with my user to take away the toss, but then they come back the other way, I switch here, and now we're able to take this away, right? And so Ryan Williams runs a comeback route, so he's just really running right into my defender, and so we're also able to take away. So here, we're taking away this route and this route simply by moving this defender a little bit further underneath. So really, it's about recognizing the route concept and what's on the field, because I knew he was running a comeback and not a shriek, and so I knew I was good to switch on to that outside corner. But we're going to take the snap again right here. They're going to call a naked bootleg, and honestly right here, this is really a bad play, so I didn't need to switch stick. But the bottom line here with this is very simple, but it's really reliant on you still having a good user and still switch sticking. If you can't switch stick, it's going to be a little bit more challenging to run this, just because it's like on defense, you either have to make good adjustments and be proactive right before the play, or be reactive after the play, by making sure that you're having a good switch stick. But we're going to take the snap again. And we're going to see, again, they're calling Hail Mary, and so we just get back there, take that post away, and now we have really great defense. So this is going to be a cover shell that I'm going to go to all throughout the game, simply because we want to make sure that we're just playing simple defense, reacting to what they're doing, and then making sure we're switch sticking after the snap. Alright, before I jump into that final defensive tip plus our gameplay here from this 4-3 defensive playbook, I wanted to once again remind you to go down below, hit that subscribe button. I'm the only one still breaking down college football 27 tips and tricks every single day, and I'm going to be doing it all year long, even while all your other favorite creators are off to Madden 27. So this is really the best and only channel to watch daily Madden 27 tips and tricks from here on YouTube, so make sure you're subscribed. But let's jump into that final tip, which is going to be how you can play better red zone defense here from this 4-3 playbook, because if you are allowing them to score touchdowns instead of kicking field goals, you're going to have a really rough time on defense. Let me show you the best red zone defense here from this 4-3 playbook. Alright, so to stop the run in the red zone, we're going to come into 4-3 even 6-1, and we're calling cover 3 buzz. Alright, what we're going to do right here is pinch our defensive line, and we're going to make sure that we're just ready to run right through this gap after we stand 4 yards over the guard on the halfback side. So what that's going to look like here is take the snap, you see the gaps wide open, and then you're just going to press X on Xbox or square on PlayStation to dive tackle the ball carrier and prevent him from being able to speed boost away from you, or even just get into a tackle battle with you. But the reason why you want to be in 6-1 is because you have so many guys in the box. The offensive line's block targeting is really messed up to where they just end up letting you come in completely free. If you try to do this from like a nickel defense, for example, it's not going to be as easy for you to stop the run. You could still stop the run from any defense in this game as long as you have a good user and you're using the gap shoot technique, but it's just the easiest to do it from 6-1 because you're just going to run right in free and be able to tackle the ball carriers. So again, 4 yards over the guard on the halfback side. The ball's at the 3-yard line here, so I'm going to stand about 1 yard into the end zone, and I'm going to take the snap, and the lane's going to be wide open for me pretty much every single time. That's, again, why I love 6-1. I would run other defenses to stop the run everywhere else in the field just because I'm afraid of the pass as well. But in the red zone, the first thing you have to do is stop the run. So you have to put all your effort really into it and then force them to eventually pass the ball. But again, standing in the right spot, if you're too close, they'll block you because they'll see you too soon. And then if you're too far back, you won't make it there in time. But again, perfect spot is just 4 yards over the guard on the halfback side, and then just run through and be able to dive tackle the ball carrier. So that's going to be really great against inside runs. If they go outside, you just have to make sure that you're looping around to set the edge. So for example, if they were calling like a halfback sweep, obviously they're not here, but if they were, I would instead loop all the way around to meet the guy out there on the edge. But you have to still determine if it's an inside or an outside run as soon as they snap the ball. The blocking is going to give it away, really where they're going. But again, as long as you stand in the right spot, same spot every time, inside or outside, but they take the snap, you just run in free, and then you just press X to dive tackle the ball carrier. So this is going to be something I'm going to have to utilize here in this gameplay, and hopefully I can make the play by simply standing in the right spot with my user and then dive tackling the ball carrier in the backfield. All right, so here we go. Here on defense, we've got Oregon. Luckily, I've unlocked the 4-3 playbook by winning enough games here with Oregon, I think I was using Alabama, but he's going to come out in a really good formation here. Obviously, ball check's nasty, and so this is where we're going to utilize more of our switch stick heavy defense and just see how good he is truly passing the ball. So he's got Georgia. We're going to put our zone strategy on aggressive. We're going to man up his tight end. And again, we're just going to be ready to use her. So I actually took my hook zone off the field here. It's a good read there. He greened it. Kind of a sleepy user, honestly. Just trying to guard some of his other routes. Didn't take away the drag. And so this is what I mean when I say you guys don't want to necessarily be using blitzes, all the time. You kind of just want to be a little bit more just forcing them to play the game. He's going to just try to run. That's a good run defense there. I try to stay patient there, loop around to shoot the gap, but this is good, obviously, to get gameplays here. I don't do too many of them, but it is good occasionally, too, for you to see me play and how I think here. He's going to run, bad run call. So this is what I mean when I say not blitzing them. Force them to beat themselves. Sometimes they will just run the ball and just run right into you, right? And they get bad blocking, and now they're set up on kind of a bad situation here on a 3rd and long. So this is where I'm going to deploy the double mug overload macro here. On a 3rd and 7, we're going to shade up, we're going to shade inside, we're going to route commit inside, and now we're just going to be ready to go. All right, and so I'm also going to route commit outside on his outside bunch receiver right here, but I'm just going to be ready to D-pad switch stick. Boom, we get there, and he forces a pass to his running back, and we're going to be... Wow, that really shouldn't have been any yards. I'm not going to lie. He kind of got really bailed there with that play. But he's going to run. No, terrible play. Terrible play. I don't know why he was running. Even if it's 4th and inches, everything's on the line on 4th down. There's no real reason to run the ball. So you see how it right there, he came out kind of swinging on his first couple plays, but then he just beats himself by running the ball. And then, honestly, we just stand up really when we need to. Just, honestly, bad play calling by him there. He kind of got lucky on 3rd and 7 to be able to even pick up 7 yards. But on 4th and inches, he calls a horrible play, and we get off the field. So here we go on offense. I'm in my Washington State offense. If you guys are wondering here, that's what we're going to be running here in this game. He doesn't have a flat on the field. We take our check down, and we're able to pick up a 1st down there. So just being efficient here. We already are up a stop, and we get the ball at half, so we want to try to obviously not beat ourselves and get into the end zone. So right here, I'm going to go to trips tight end, and he's gonna flip with me. That's fine. I was kind of expecting him to. We'll see what he's in. He looks like he's going to be in man, and oh no, I did not mean to throw that. That was really bad. The thing is, when you're playing on the road, your buttons disappear. And so I thought my halfback was Y, which is who I wanted. He was wide open. I wanted to throw to him. But, I can't see my buttons, and so I just threw to the wrong guy. So that's kind of unfortunate there. I mean, really not an excuse because you really shouldn't. You should always know who your buttons are, but when you're playing Madden a lot and then you come over to this game, it can be kind of challenging. But we're on 2nd and 10. I'm going to go to one of my favorite plays here. We're going to go to mesh traffic. Stadium Pulse is tough. I'm not a huge fan of it, though, because of how random who's at home and who's on the road is. But right here, I know my halfback is going to be wide. He's going to switch stick, but we're going to be able to find our curl route right there in the middle of the field. Good dot. And even right there, I felt like I actually pressed the wrong button again. Like, I didn't even mean to throw to him either, because, I mean, he was wide open, but it was just like, I thought my halfback was RB there, because he wasn't last play. So it's kind of throwing me off not being able to see my buttons, but he's going to play pretty good defense there. Good defense. He did a good job using that corner route. That's really where my eyes were going. And then I immediately got shedded, which is kind of unfortunate. But we are playing against Georgia, so that's going to happen. Right here, we're going to go to an RPO on 2nd down and 10. Try to get the ball quickly out to the flat. We have takeoff on that guy. I mean, I need my block to set up there, though. My receiver got off the line faster than the blocker did, and that really messed it all up. I'm going to go back to mesh traffic, though. He really didn't show me anything that I liked as far as his defense for this play, so we might just have our back open here again. We don't. No, I cannot. That's the one thing I don't like about that play is he gets chipped up all the time just randomly. Like, that's wide open, and that's probably a first down there if he gets out of the backfield. So that's kind of tough. I'm kind of contemplating going for this, honestly. I don't... This should be a pretty easy kick. Yeah. All right. Kind of unfortunate. This guy is pretty good on defense. He's switch sticking. I did get kind of unlucky on that 3rd and 6, though, which is just so dumb how the halfbacks get chipped up out of the backfield instead of just getting to their spot. And because it's like I throw it anticipating that it's going to be open, because like when they're switch sticking around, you have to throw with anticipation. Like, you can't just wait on stuff to be wide open like you can if they're not switch sticking. So it's just like when that's the case and you throw with anticipation, but then EA just screws you over like that, it just leads to just incomplete passes and just stops. But we are up a stop, so I didn't want to just throw away that stop. That's why I kicked 3. We just want to force him. That's good green. End up tight in there. Still got open, but it's fine. We're going to go. Just forcing him to really beat us truly and not just letting him do whatever he wants. He's going to go cross flat here, but he's going to find his drag over on the other side. Nasty's tough, especially if they're making good reads like he is here. Just reading my user. Just forcing him to trying to force him to just beat himself, honestly, right here. I'm going to put my zone strategy on aggressive, though. Ooh. Good read. Short corner in the middle of the zone. It's a good dot. But I'm more so just sitting in like cover 3 cloud. I just wanna see him just do something. Another good read. Right up the seam. So I have my zone strategy. I keep putting on an aggressive, so my zones come really far down. I'm gonna start switching my hook to be on conservative so that he backpedals a little bit more. And hopefully can take away that seam dot a little bit better. Or that seam area, and then I walk my safety down. Really just trying to force him to do anything that's real. He's going to step up, fumble, pick it up. Good. See, just force them to beat themselves, man. He's played good offense, but just a couple plays where you just kind of stay conservative, and then we have, a turnover on downs and then a takeaway right there. But for us, I mean, this game is nowhere close to over, even up a stop and a half. We still have to do our job on offense. I still think this guy's pretty good on defense, so have to be patient, sit up in the chair, but I'll take it in the second quarter here. I'm going to start running the ball, though. All right, so it's 2nd and inches here. The speed boost hasn't been patched in this game when I'm recording this, so I might have an opportunity to rip off a big gain, and exactly that. So I'm just saying, like, man, the speed boost is when it already got patched in Madden, but I mean, I do before the play, like I had an opportunity to score. I mean, I was using the gadget at halfback package, so I got my starting receiver who has like 96 speed, really high change of direction. it's just like bad things happen when you pass the ball. Like this guy, he hasn't ran the ball, I don't think yet, or the one time he turned it over. But it's like when we run on 2nd and inches, it's a very low risk and down to run the ball. You sneak in your gadget player there, and then you have really great stick. Obviously, the speed boost is going to help to turn that into a touchdown. But it's like even if the speed boost is patched, or really whenever it does get patched, you're still able to, in this game, like how fast players move, it's still easy to, pick up a lot of yards. So that's good to be able to score that, touchdown right there. But back to work on defense. Defense been playing really good so far just because we're forcing him to actually play the game and force him to just hit checkdowns. And that's time I put my zone strategy on conservative for that hook zone until he backpedaled and then gave up the underneath pass. So he's going to flip. I'm flipping with him. We're in nickel, so we want to make sure we always have our slot corner on the same side as their bunch. He's going to go to this. That's not really open. Yeah, he didn't green it. Come on. So he flipped basically to where he was running his bunch to the wide side. And so when you try to call that play on the wide side, it gets guarded by an outside third. So really that's why that was. Like if he called that same route concept on the short side, he would have done a better job. I'm going to pass commit here. He hasn't shown the willingness to run the ball. He's going to try to look up the seam. This is great defense. Good. Come on. 4th and 2. So it's 4. Oh, he's going to no huddle. I cannot stand that you can no huddle in this game. I'm actually going to switch to cover 2. Put my zone strategy on aggressive. He's going to go to a really bad play. Oh, no, he did. That was a good play. He waited. Good patience there. Because he had a wheel. But I'm just not a fan of being able to no huddle after incomplete passes. It really makes no sense. And it really wasn't a thing until, actually, I don't even think you can do that in Madden. Oh, he was throwing me a pick 6. Oh, that was a crazy switch. Come on. So you see this guy, it's just a difference in the game. He keeps passing. Like, he just keeps passing the ball. He's letting me pass commit him. It's part of the reason why he's had some good dots, but it's like, it's just not going to be consistent for you because just too many bad things happen when you try to. That's not open either. Come on. Too many bad things happen when you try to pass the ball every play. Like, we're just sitting in conservative defense. You guys see this video. I haven't made really any adjustments on defense. We're just having a good user, switch sticking around, and he's beating himself with bad pocket and just bad reads. It's 3rd and 10. Okay, so if he throws in a pass short, so if he doesn't pick up this first down here and he tries to no huddle, I'm going to call a timeout here because I want to run. I have a defensive. No. He didn't get that. All right, so he's probably going to no huddle here. So I'm going to call a timeout, and I'm going to get in mid blitz here because the last time he ran a no huddle on 4th down, he got it. And so he's in 5 wide. This is beautiful. This is exactly what I want him in because now we're going to run the double mug overload that we talked about in this video. This would be perfect if it works. We're going to shade up, route commit inside, shade inside, be ready to D-pad switch it. He's going to go with the quarterback. Oh, that's so bad. Has a quarterback break I thought he was going to get that anyway. I'm surprised he went to quarterback, though, in that situation. That's so risky, especially after it didn't work for him on the last. That's a bad read. That's Cody Perch, man. Come on. That's one of my best players on defense. He went to the quarterback. Interesting call there. I will say that. That's pretty risky, especially because it didn't work for him earlier in the game. But on the same play on a 4th and inches. But he's going to go to single back here, so he's going to flip. I think he's running. Tackle. Oh, bro, Nate Frazier is actually just the best. All right, so, it's just really bad to miss that easy tackle there. Didn't really think I needed to click on to make an easy play like that. But honestly, now it guarantees that we get the ball back, so I'm really not too mad at it here. I'm going to come back into this formation, though, because we have to be able to stop the run first. I kind of think an RPO is coming here, so I'm actually going to man up his inside trips receiver in run cover 6, although it kind of messes up the pass defense. Yep, it is an RPO, and we're able to slow it down. Come on. It's just thinking, man. It's just thinking. This is just stuff you don't see in just the regular tip videos, man. You guys only see this in the gameplays. We're going to go with this. Bad play by him. No, he gets so bailed. He just got a high ball then. I had the perfect switch. Come on. All right, 3rd and 13 here. Just have to be pretty conservative. So I'm just going to run Tampa 2. I'm not even going to turn my zone strategy on aggressive here. I'm just going to walk my safeties down and pretty much just be ready to go. QB contain, pass commit. Just be ready to switch onto all the areas. He's going to motion out. I'm not scared of that. Guard the tight end up the seam. This is great defense. Guard Gunner on his rollout. He's going to try to throw that. Bro, can we tackle Gunner? Fumble! And he picks it up and scores. I can't with this game, bro. I contained and he still rolled out. I don't understand it. I think he stepped up and then rolled out though. So that's a little bit different than just purely rolling out. Oh, I mean, we just can't cover for that long, bro. Just can't cover that long. Gotta have some sort of pass rush. Honestly, I mean, a good drive by him. He really didn't. I mean, I'm just kind of annoyed with that play right there, but he has good dots, and so it's like you're gonna just have to play bend but don't break. You're not just gonna. You just have to, I guess, take advantage of the situations and the opportunities that you end up having, you know, on defense. But he's just having a really tough time defending a tight end flat. I will say that. But it is our ball right here. We're up by 3, and we get ball at half. So just need to make sure that capitalize on this. I mean, we have an opportunity to blow this game open here before he even, you know, touches the ball again. So that's exactly what we're going to try to do. Let's see. We're going to run this play. I think he's in man. Shed, bro. Like, it's just so bad. He just runs through 3 of my players, so not ideal. We're going to block our running back here. I mean, he's so clearly in man coverage. Oh, that's a crazy switch. No one switches out of man coverage either. Oh, now he's the lead, bro. Oh, my goodness. Wow. That was a really good switch stick, I'm not gonna lie. All right, back to work on offense. Honestly, you know, it's just kind of even at this point now. I mean, it's still our ball. Like, we still are in the driver's seat in this game, even after that pick 6. But, and it happens again. All right, I'm just going to stop calling that a play at this point because it just clearly doesn't matter what I do. It's a perfect play. If he gets out to the spot, it's a wide open dot. And it's just like, it takes great advantage of the defense that he's running, which is just regular zone coverage, that it's just like, you want to be able to call it. But unfortunately, I just seem to can't get it open here. But we're dealing with the squigglies. We'll hit that. Pick up a first down, stop the clock. In the second, I mean, we're clearly at press for time here at the end of a half. But in the second half, I'm going to get back to running the ball a lot more. Because he's running these kind of defenses that are just inviting me to run the ball. And when we did run, obviously, we scored a big gain. No, I just pressed the wrong button again, bro. Wide open. That's who I was looking for. I've done that way too many times this game. Like, I never do that either, which is just, it's just bad by me. I haven't played this game in a few days either, but come on, snap. He's going to give up a flat. We're going to take it, get out of bounds. All right, 3rd and 7. Obviously, we're going to need to pick up this first down here. It's just, we just made a couple mistakes this game that have hurt us, honestly. But we're going to go with, I cannot stand this squigglies, bro. Like, it's so bad. This is a good play. If I could set it up, please. No. All right, here we go, snap. Don't give me a delay of game. No flat. Wow, that's such a fake tackle too. Oh my gosh. I mean, I can't even hot route, bro. Just snap the ball, like. That's so frustrating. He got the fakest tackle animation ever. Like, it's just, I mean, whatever. We got 26 seconds, 1 timeout. He's pretty much just, he's running man. Just snap. Come on, get out of bounds. Good. Come on. That's huge. Every time he's running man, so he's not running man with point combo turned on, and so that's allowing for me to... Bro, Bear's in a one-on-one out here on the edge, bro. I need this to just be a dot. I'm going to block my tight end too, and then I'm going to put you on a drag. I feel like if he runs zone, we're kind of screwed. This isn't really a great zone-beating play. For what? Bro, oh my god. What? That's so fake, too. That wasn't even a penalty either. Like, I don't even know what I just did there. I mean, I'm going back to the same play, though. I'm going to jump to snap on Bear. He's not really open, though. I just had no green window. It's just tough because he also has a curl flat out there. So it's like when you try to throw that, you really can't. We're going to go to a little bit of a different play here. Put our halfback on a wheel route. Block the tight end. We'll see if he gives up the wheel. No, please pick it up. Please pick it up. You're standing right next to the ball. He's going to call a timeout, which I think makes no sense. Yeah, that's a really bad sack to take. And so it's just like, that's how good man coverage is, especially when you're at the end of a half, when you don't have time to, like, actually throw the ball in bounds. You know, man coverage is, like, really hard to beat. But anyway, we're going to go look right back to Bear here. I'm just going to send 5 out. I mean, we're not going to get this off. I'm probably just going to run inside zone at this point. See if we can get sticky. I feel like he's pass committing too, so maybe I should have put my back in. BLT. I'm going to run out of bounds. I don't think I would have made it to the end zone. If I would have put him in the game, I probably would have scored there. Yeah, I definitely would have scored if I just would have put him in the game. Because I knew he was pass committing, but let's see. That should be good. All right, down 1. Honestly, I mean, it's been pretty even. I thought we played good defense. I thought he's played good defense. I mean, I said it from the first drive. I thought he was playing good defense. So, it's our ball at half, though, so we are still kind of in the driver's seat here. But it's definitely second half. We're not pressed for time. You know, we're just going to start running all over him because he can't stop the run. And it's just like at the end of a half, you don't have a choice but to really pass. But here, obviously, that's different. So we're just going to start by just running. I probably won't run that inside zone play the first time. But with how good the speed boost is in this game, it's like you just have to run. Like, there's no real reason to pass. He's going to try to get out there and guard that, but he's just going to be too late. He's going to miss. Let me spin out the whole team. So, yeah, I mean, the strategy in the second half is obviously like...
I ain't gonna lie, BLT, nigga. This is not a good look, gang. You just throwing checkdowns, buddy. You must be a pro player.
Still
doing straight checkdowns.
He has trouble with his trips. When we go to this, like his alignment is kind of messed up.
Doing straight checkdowns around the ball.
Here now he's on the mic. Y'all can.
This is not the shit I seen on TikTok. It's also happening, probably.
But we're going to just go ahead and put our gadget at halfback back in the game. It's 2nd and 2. Like we talked about earlier, no real risk in running this ball here. Just got to look at the block targeting. Everyone looks like they're going to be picked up. His user's going to come in free. You know what? I think that's kind of just fluke by him to be able to get that shed. I don't think that this is good run defense. I think I can get out to the edge every single time on this. No, bro. Come on. That's not even what the block targeting said either. That's what happens when you run the ball, though, and it doesn't work, is now you're in these horrible situations on a 4th down when we were just on 2nd and 2. Please run the route. Snap. Good game. He saw it. Offense has not been very great, but this guy's playing good defense. So, I mean, you got to just tip your cap at some point. Back to work on defense, though. I mean, this is totally what this video is about. So, and this is a good game. I'm honestly not. I'm probably just going to leave it in regardless. I really could care less. But let's see. Use it. Oh, I have my zones on aggressive. Why are you giving up a table route, bro? You're in a. What are you doing? Did I not? No, I definitely did. But anyway, whatever. Maybe I just got to put that guy in a hard flat. But now he's in the red zone, so we're close to the red zone. So this is an RPO. I think this is one I just talked about on Madden earlier. So see if we can get out there. We're gonna man up his seam, guard his tight end. Oh, it's a good play. I mean, this guy has really good route concepts. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I will say that. I mean, we just got to continue to force him to beat himself more than anything else. Get him. Good. All right, 3rd and 4. This is really the time to dial up another blitz. I think I'm just gonna run the regular Sin 6 version of mid blitz. Yep. Come on. Oh, yes, come on. Out of there, too. Come on, good. Come on. Turn up the heat, baby. Turn up the heat. I'm not going away from running either. Like, I'm not. You just turn up the pressure on him right there. He does a good job now. My gadget player is a little bit tired here. So that isn't the most ideal thing. He is stacking. So he's really trying to stop the run. But it's just like, okay, so I don't think I'm going to be able to run with him anymore because he's too tired. He can't really boost in the same way. So I'm going to get him out the game, or at least get him out of that running back spot. We can still put him at receiver. Bro, it's really tough with this guy because, oh yeah, show off the stick, BLC. How do you trip me up? Stop bailing him out with these fake tackles. It's just tough because he's already switched it pick 6'd me when he was in man coverage. So it's almost like your man beaters. You can't even necessarily call him in the same way that you would want to. Just because, like, he can just switch stick onto them. Now, I don't know if he's going to guard this running back out of the backfield. This could be a big gain here. You just never know with this guy, man. You never know what he's in. At least I never know what he's in. Or who's manned up, what area's left open. We're going to go to verticals here. If he's an off man, oh, just snap. Just snap this. Dante Moore, let it fly. He's 96 speed. Oh, I didn't green that. Oh my. No. Wow. No. All right. It doesn't matter. I'm going to go back to it. I don't think it's going to be open again. The fade. I mean, if he messes up his switch stick again, but I'm probably, oh man, that seam is wide open. I should have just hit it. Yep. Come on. Your 96 speed, straight line speed. Come on, baby. Doesn't matter. Woo. All right, come on. Let's see. How much time's left? 47 seconds. I think we'll get the ball back on offense the way he's been playing. So I'm just going to kick an extra point here. No need to chase points. I only go for 2 if it's the 4th quarter, and it's not. So we're fine. I honestly think we can just keep him out of the end zone one more time and pretty much just put this game away with, another score on offense. So I'm not going to. Because it's like if you don't get it, then a field goal on the next drive keeps it an 8-point game. So I just want to really make sure that a field goal makes it a 2-possession game, at least next drive. And so it's like, it might be a little bit conservative strategy, but, honestly, you don't want to be too aggressive versus guys like this. I have a lot of respect for this guy. He plays the game well, but we just got to continue to get stops here. Seam, crosser, contain, come up. That's me. Wow. They didn't even let me jump, bro. I should really just get that linebacker out the game. Like, I really should. Because I have one safety and one linebacker here. If I have a safety there, I believe that I can jump up and intercept that pass. That's not open either. His receiver didn't even look for it either, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, this guy, he's really just letting it fly out here now. Like, he's really kind of just pressing a little bit. And so giving us opportunities. He's going to motion over. Oh, shoot. It's fine. We're good. I wonder if he's going to put him on an out route. No, we're good. Backside post. Me? Thank you. Come on. We see it all, baby. We see it all. Come on. Defense is playing lights out. I'm not going to lie. Just simple stuff. It's nothing complicated. And then on offense, it's really been simple for us, too. Like, this guy hasn't really given us a whole lot of opportunities on offense, you know, because we can't hold onto the ball for very long. All right, he's going to go to this. So he's in single mug. And single mug is just going to get gashed on the ground. So, I mean, good luck to this guy. Good luck to this guy running single mug, bro. All right, we're in field goal range now. Have an opportunity to make this 2-bit. I would like a touchdown, though. But just four's up. Four's up. Got to finish this game, man. Come on. All right, he's going to be in double mug here. We have our lane, speed boost. Hey, who said Hill can't boost, baby? Come on, EA, don't touch the speed boost, bro. Don't touch the speed boost. Right here, I mean, I didn't go for 2 last time. Now, right here, I probably will. Do I have a play? I don't really have a play, though. Let me check my favorites. I haven't played this game in a few days. There's no reason to go for 2. Like, we're already up 12. Like, it doesn't matter. I mean, like, obviously could change. You could look at it in hindsight if he does come back, but we're playing such great defense that it's just like there's no reason to. All right, get a stop, BLT. Alright, let's see, we are going to still utilize similar, no, wow, he threw that too. I mean, it was the other guy that was manned up, but, like, still, like, that's such a tight window. This guy's using timing-based catching on 0 yards, I believe, so he's able to green everything. He tried that. How do I not animate for a pick? Like, he tried to throw deep. I switched it, going to do it. Now, if he had a clean pocket, that would have been a touchdown, but he didn't. So, like, I thought they were going to call me for illegal contact, man. I mean, this guy, I mean, he's out of it, man. Come on. We're going to go conservative. I'm going to blitz him, though. With contains and pass commit. I'll just use her the middle. He has, like, that's all right. That's fine. We'll give that up. 4th and 17. We'll just put our zones on conservative. QB contain pass commit. Be ready to switch it. He's probably going to go double corner route. So I'm going to stem my curl fly up. That's not open. All right, good game. Good game, buddy. Defense playing lights out. You see how we can even lock down gun bunch X nasty, man. It doesn't even matter. Passing every play, bunch X nasty meta. Totally shut down. He scored 7 points on offense. Great defensive performance, and I'll see you guys in the outro. Alright, so if you found that breakdown helpful of the 4-3 defense here in College Football 27, make sure you go down below, hit that subscribe button. I'm going to be breaking down College Football 27 tips and tricks just like this every single day to help you guys get better all year long, and you don't want to miss out on any of the content. But if you want that defensive ebook that was locking him down in that gameplay, go to the link down below in the pinned comment. You can grab it today. It goes through the entire scheme with full videos, screenshots, write-ups, everything you're going to need to start locking down on defense, just like I did in that gameplay. Bunch defense, simple defenses, blitzes when you need them. It's all in there. And if you want to see the offense that I was running in that gameplay, then honestly did a really good job of containing his man coverage meta, check out this video right here where I break down my Washington State offense. I'll see you over there. Peace.